Oh, the difference that water makes. We know life couldn't exist without the marvel that is the hydrological cycle, but on so many levels, a body of water serves us in many unique ways. A canal is in itself a unique hydrological entity. Canals are essentially man-made or diverted riverways, serving primarily to transport people, materials, or potable water. In some cases, canals are built to harness the energy of the water, and other times to circumvent hostile waters. The Lachine Canal, located in Montreal, has served both such purposes and many more. The story of its development starts in the 1600s. Lachine is French for China, and back when the province of Quebec was known as New France, this area was so named because it was hoped that a water route could be found across the continent to the Western Ocean and then on to Asia. And the first step would be to traverse the shallow yet impassable rapids located in the St. Lawrence River. Trade in furs was gradually being replaced by wood and wheat. The province and country had close ties to the Old World, who were eager to exploit the agricultural bounty of the young Canadian Commonwealth. On the other side of the border, the American Midwest was aggressively expanding. The Erie Canal threatened to divert most of the Great Lakes trade towards the port of New York. Montreal merchants were worried and wanted to strengthen their control over the Great Lakes business, and to do so they had to improve upstream navigation. Work began to carve through the bedrock lithosphere in 1821. A short 3 years later, in 1824, the canal was open for business. A scant 5 feet deep, 20 feet wide, but impressive 14 kilometers long. It was widened twice in the next 50 years to accommodate the growing ship sizes of the times. From its inception, it catalyzed industrial development of the city, the province, and indeed the entire country, funneling cargo from around the world and facilitating easy export for the textile producers, tanneries, refineries, and other heavy industry which crowded its banks. At its zenith, over 20% of the workforce of the island of Montreal was employed in factories in this vicinity. Ironically, the canal outgrew itself, promoting so much industry around it that it eventually could no longer sustain the demand on its conveyance. The canal was replaced by the St. Lawrence Seaway in the 1960s and closed to shipping in the 1970s, and soon fell into a disused state. Parks Canada became the custodians of the canal in 1978. While it seemed to have outlived its usefulness, the canal has since been repurposed and plays a different vital role in the city. Probably eclipsing the current economic stimulus, the canal provides tremendous spiritual value to thousands of citizens and a burgeoning refuge for urban waterfowl. This is where I live, so I'm very much connected to this earth system, and each year I appreciate it more. This canal system is tightly integrated with the air, the land, and the more than 1 million people who live within a few miles of here. Along with many others, I run, ride, skate, kayak, snowshoe, frisbee, picnic, read, relax, and play chess here. And I cannot run by the old sugar mill without looking for the elusive turtle who dwells under a long unused mooring. This place is truly an urban oasis, and Parks Canada maintains a healthy annual budget for its continued revitalization. Our ancestors had a poor understanding of water's fragility, and this marine environment was misused. However, while the industrial complex in the 19th and 20th century dumped toxic effluents into the water, the canal system itself served to shape Canada's global commercial significance. Thankfully, we treat it better now, and it responds in kind. The Lachine Canal, a famous and enduring example of humankind's ability to bend water to our will, and sometimes misuse it, and our ability to work with nature's resiliency to repurpose an ecosystem that gives us another chance.